They typically held people in a house for a few days. Sometimes that's just to push them through to the next location, but oftentimes it's not just smuggling, it's a human trafficking model, a business model that depends on things like extortion and forcing people to stay for an unnecessarily long amount of time, making them cook or clean, discussing bathrooms in these stash houses. We've seen it where folks are made to build walls or fix roofs or go out and do landscaping or all kinds of things. So the forced labor, the labor that's forced on them by the coyote smugglers ends up being considered to be human trafficking. And under the new regulations, you can apply for a T visa even if this happened decades ago, especially if someone is newly identified as a victim of trafficking. That checks one box in the new regulations. It doesn't have to have been reported, and you do not have to have a victim visa certification from law enforcement. So what we just want is honesty in what has happened on the border. The other thing I would screen for would be labor exploitation. So what I hear over and over and over again from hardworking military family is that they get this work ethic from their parents. And that work ethic from the parents often comes from having had a very hard life work-wise, just having done the worst jobs for the least amount of money. And often we'll see that there was a threat to deport if someone didn't put up with unsafe working conditions, or they paid them late consistently, false promises to pay. Or there were like super racist, discriminatory jokes that were happening in the construction job that they worked or out on the farms that they were working on back in the day. And that made them feel like if they complain about the working conditions or if they try to leave, that there's going to be some kind of retaliation. So labor-based exploitation, and we could have a whole nother hour just on that, is a fundamental type of labor trafficking that can be the basis of a T visa application. With that in mind, I would want to screen dad to see if we have a T visa application option, because you don't have to have PIP to file for a T visa and work permit. And you don't have to have a perfectly clean